Guys, can you start by saying, I told you so? So, Dragon's Dogma 2 and its story. What it likely means for the future, and the predictions I previously made. Now, in terms of the predictions for Dragon's Dogma Online, is it going to get the re-release in some capacity? That's still kind of in the air. However, what I can say is that my entire story prediction was pretty much that accurate. Naturally, before saying anything else, heavy spoilers. Um, so, what did we all see in the game? Well, like I mentioned previously, Grants is in the game. What's left of it anyway. The geometry of the landscape pretty much is very close to that of Dragon's Dogma Online. So, what I previously thought maybe somewhere else or like close to it or whatever, Granted slash Vermont slash Lestania, they're all the same place actually. We didn't actually take the throne, we did sort of, but not really. We don't actually get to rule the place. Like, we don't get to rule Vermont at all. The Black Dragon is in the game at the very end. He's supposed to be sort of, mostly for the Western audience, um, supposed to be like the plot twist or one of the two or three plot twists in the game. So, what is the Black Dragon's role exactly? Well, as per the Pathfinder's words, he's the safeguarder of the entire world's existence. Now, you could go into so many ways, like, where does the Black Dragon even come from? What do you see exactly? Because there's probably just a more godly presence in the world above him, but we're probably not gonna see that until a second game or an expansion or Dragon's Dogma Online 2. Anyway, um, he watches over the world and, in this case, sends the Red Dragon to find her arisen, so as to postpone the end of the world, as we see in the second game. Um, the cycle is what he keeps the world from turning into ruin. Yeah. However, as our character, I would say defeat the Black Dragon, but we don't see the Black Dragon nor the Arisen dying. I'll get back to that in a moment. Spikes the God's Bane through the Black Dragon. The screen fades, and the Arisen starts talking, which is, kind of a treat. And I was actually kind of confused, like, whose voice is this? My character's voice it sounded not female per se, but it wasn't, it's kind of like in the middle somewhere. It was kind of weird. Anyway, pretty much confirming that the deeds that our Arisen makes, you know they will change the world, and our Arisen probably won't be there to experience those. I'll get back to that as well in just a very brief moment. The Black Dragon's theme playing while you walk over the Black Dragon and to try to get to his heart and stuff. Um, I had actually thought that, which would make a lot of sense, that our Arisen could turn into the White Dragon, because it's actually very peculiar. Mostly when the game fades, it fades to black. But this particular scene where your Arisen speaks, and after that scene, the game fades to white. And the game never really does that, from my recollection anyway. So what is next? Well, the cycle is broken. We also get that from an achievement when you complete the game. Everything we previously perceived true, which the Pathfinder also mentions, will now be not true. Everything will be different, which could mean stuff like we see in Dragon's Dogma Online, where there are more than one dragon, there are more Arisens, there is, this crazy stuff everywhere. Could we see a new game or I think the most realistic thing to expect from the ending and from everything I've played and stuff from the second game is an expansion, and that expansion just more story related, maybe more end game activities, but the end game of Dragon's Dogma 2, from what I played, I actually was too excited to play the story, so I just kind of steamrolled through the final few bosses, but um, a multiplayer expansion down the line, perhaps. It's kind of just all up in the air. But the story that we know from the second game, from the first game, and from Dragon's Dogma Online, as also per request, will converge and are already converging as we speak, um, into one thing. And yeah, it will be very interesting to see where that path will lead. At the end of the credits, there is an old man. If you go to him during the story, he will, uh, it's like a crazy earl, kind of self-proclaimed Dragon Forge. He might actually be Dragon Forge. We don't know. It's just kind of a weird guy. And Luz is actually mentioning how he is a Dragon Forge. I mean, I've missed a few things probably here and there, so it's quite possible that there's more details that I've very much missed. He sets out to sea, as he mentions in like during a mission. If you talk to him, uh, in search of new lands, probably. Um, so it could be that he goes to a similar island as in the MMO, like called Findom, or at least that's what it's called in an official English translation. So that's kind of up in the air as well. Honestly, there are so many possibilities as to where this might lead, but the story is converging, and it's just all very exciting, really. There's so much I miss. I'm not really the right person to put that into words anyway. So I hope there's someone else who is more speculative and um, has more of a keen eye and better understanding and all that, uh, to put that better into words, into a better video. Um, However, if you do have questions, I'll be happy to reply, and I probably have an accurate reply for that as well. Regardless, I hope you guys all enjoyed the video. Um, I guess I'll just go back to exploring the game and uncovering the story secrets. Thank you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.